You know that heavy, dragging feeling waking up exhausted, no matter how long you slept, needing a nap just to get through the day, or hearing, well, you're not young anymore when you mention the fatigue. Here's what many people don't realize. While some slowing down is natural, constant tiredness is rarely just about age. In fact, for many seniors, there's a specific and often fixable reason behind it. Maybe your body isn't getting the deep sleep it craves, or a simple nutrient gap is quietly draining your energy. The good news? Once you spot the cause, small changes can make a surprising difference. Let's talk about why you might feel this way and what you can do about it. That persistent exhaustion isn't just in your head. It's often a signal your body is sending, and ignoring it means missing a chance to reclaim your energy. One overlooked culprit? Dehydration. As we age, thirst signals weaken, leaving many chronically dehydrated without realizing it, which directly saps vitality. Another stealthy drain? Medications. Common prescriptions for blood pressure or allergies can have fatigue as a side effect, yet few think to question them. Even healthy routines might backfire. Overly restrictive diets can deprive you of essential fats and proteins that fuel stamina. And let's not dismiss the mind-body link. Untreated stress or mild depression, often shrugged off as normal in later years, can manifest as physical weariness. The key isn't pushing through, but pausing to investigate. A single tweak like adjusting meal timing or swapping a medication can unlock reserves of energy you assumed were gone for good. You know that heavy, dragging feeling, the one where even simple tasks feel like too much? Where mornings start foggy, afternoons demand naps, and well-meaning friends say, well, it's just part of getting older. Here's what I want you to know. While some slowing down is natural, constant exhaustion isn't a given. For many people, fatigue isn't about age itself. It's about specific, often manageable things quietly sapping your energy. Fatigue is your body's way of waving a flag, not a life sentence. The good news? Once you spot the cause, small changes can make a surprising difference. Let's talk about why you might feel this way and what you can do about it. Think of energy like a bank account. If withdrawals keep outpacing deposits, you'll feel drained. The trick is finding where those leaks are, because most aren't permanent. Maybe it's sleep that's lighter than it used to be, or dehydration you don't even notice. Perhaps your meals are sending your blood sugar on a roller coaster, or a nutrient you've always gotten enough of is now running low. Even medications you rely on can sometimes contribute, though you should never adjust those without your doctor's guidance. The key is curiosity, not worry. Start noticing patterns. When fatigue hits hardest, what briefly eases it? That's valuable information for your next checkup. Because while tiredness might feel like the new normal, it's often your body asking for a little attention. And the solutions can be simpler than you think. You know that feeling waking up after what should have been a full night's sleep, but still dragging yourself through the day like you barely rested at all? Maybe you're relying on naps just to function, or people keep telling you, well, that's just part of getting older. But here's what many of my patients are surprised to learn. Constant tiredness isn't always about age. Often it's your body signaling something specific and fixable. Let's start with one of the most common culprits: poor quality sleep. As we get older, sleep can become lighter and more fragmented. You might wake up frequently or notice you're snoring, more sometimes a sign of sleep apnea, where breathing pauses briefly throughout the night. Even if you don't remember waking up, these interruptions steal your deep, restorative sleep. The result? Mornings feel foggy and energy crashes hit harder by afternoon. The good news? Small changes can make a big difference. Try a calming wind-down routine: warm tea, soft lighting, avoiding screens before bed. Keep your room cool, dark, and quiet. And if you're often told you snore loudly or you wake up gasping, ask your doctor about a simple sleep check. Untreated sleep apnea doesn't just leave you tired, it can strain your heart over time. That's valuable information for your next checkup. Because while tiredness might feel like the new normal, it's often your body asking for a little attention, and the solutions can be simpler than you think. You know that heavy, sluggish feeling when even simple tasks seem to take more effort than they used to? But here's what many people don't realize. Your body may be missing two simple supports: enough fluids and regular movement. Dehydration creeps up quietly after 60. Our sense of thirst dulls with age, and some medications increase fluid loss. Even mild dehydration thickens your blood slightly, making your heart work harder to pump it. The result? You feel drained, foggy, or even lightheaded. Aim for roughly 6 to 8 cups of fluids daily: water, herbal teas, broths. If plain water doesn't appeal, try adding a slice of lemon or cucumber. Then there's deconditioning, when muscles weaken from too little activity. It's a cycle. Fatigue makes moving harder, so you move less, which worsens stamina. But the fix is gentler than you might think. Short, frequent walks, even just a little gentle movement throughout the day, may help you rebuild stamina and energy. Pair this with seated leg lifts or standing calf raises while holding a counter for balance. That's valuable information for your next checkup. Because while tiredness might feel like the new normal, it's often your body asking for a little attention. And the solutions can be simpler than you think. You know that heavy, sluggish feeling like your body's running on half power? For many of us, past 60, low energy gets dismissed as just part of getting older. But here's what's fascinating. Often, it's not aging itself draining you. It's something far more fixable. One of the quietest culprits? Nutrient gaps we don't always notice. After 60, our bodies absorb certain vitamins and minerals less efficiently, even if we're eating well. 3 common ones linked to fatigue: vitamin B12, which keeps nerves and blood cells healthy; vitamin D, crucial for muscle function and mood; and iron, which helps deliver oxygen to your tissues. The trick is, deficiencies creep up slowly. You might not feel sick, just persistently worn out. Food can help: eggs and lean meats for B12. Fatty fish or fortified dairy for D, beans and dark leafy greens for iron. But here's the key step. Before reaching for supplements, ask your doctor for simple blood tests. Why guess when you can know? A slight adjustment under medical guidance can make a world of difference. That's valuable information for your next checkup. Because while tiredness might feel like the new normal, it's often your body asking for a little attention. And the solutions can be simpler than you think. You know that heavy, sluggish feeling after a meal? When your energy crashes and all you want is a nap? That might not just be a full stomach talking. For many of us over 60, big swings in blood sugar can secretly drain our energy throughout the day. Here's what's happening when we eat meals heavy in refined carbs or sugary drinks. White bread, pasta, sweets. Our blood sugar spikes quickly, then plummets just as fast. That roller coaster leaves us feeling foggy and exhausted. The good news? Small tweaks to your plate can make a big difference. Try pairing carbs with protein and fiber, like having oatmeal with nuts instead of just toast, or adding beans to rice. These slow-digesting foods keep energy steady. Cutting back on sugary drinks helps too. Swap soda for sparkling water with lemon. And if you notice your tiredness always hits hard after certain meals, jot it down. That's valuable information for your next checkup. Because while tiredness might feel like the new normal, it's often your body asking for a little attention, and the solutions can be simpler than you think. Ever wondered why some meals leave you buzzing with energy while others drag you down? Beyond just portion size, the type of food matters, especially as metabolism shifts with age. Processed snacks, fried foods, and even seemingly healthy options like fruit juices can trigger inflammation, slowing digestion and sapping stamina. Meanwhile, dehydration, often overlooked, worsens fatigue, as even mild fluid loss thickens blood, forcing your heart to work harder. Try this. Start meals with veggies or a handful of nuts to slow carb absorption. Choose whole grains, quinoa, brown rice, over refined versions and opt for lean proteins like fish or tofu. Notice how certain foods affect joint stiffness or brain fog after dairy or gluten could signal sensitivities. Movement also helps. A 10-minute walk post-meal aids digestion and stabilizes blood sugar. And don't underestimate hydration. Herbal teas or infused water beat caffeine crashes. Your energy dips aren't inevitable. They're clues waiting to be decoded. Now, let's talk about the hidden contributors, those sneaky, often overlooked reasons behind constant tiredness. First, thyroid changes. Your thyroid is like a tiny energy regulator, and as we age, it can slow down without obvious symptoms. A simple blood test can check if it's working properly, something your doctor can easily arrange. Then there's low mood or stress. Feeling down or anxious isn't just emotional, it physically drains your energy. Gentle movement, staying connected with loved ones, or even talking to a counselor can make a difference, but always start by mentioning it to your doctor. And finally, medication side effects. Many common prescriptions, even those you've taken for years, can quietly sap your stamina. Talk with your doctor before changing any medication and bring it up at your next appointment. A small tweak might be all it takes. That's valuable information for your next checkup, because while tiredness might feel like the new normal, it's often your body asking for a little attention, and the solutions can be simpler than you think. Beyond the usual suspects, subtle lifestyle habits may also be draining your energy. Dehydration, for instance, is a stealthy culprit. Even mild fluid loss can cause fatigue without noticeable thirst. Keep a water bottle handy and sip regularly. Another overlooked factor, poor sleep quality, not just quantity. Fragmented sleep from nighttime disruptions, like a snoring partner or screen use before bed, leaves you exhausted despite clocking enough hours. Consider a sleep tracker or white noise to improve rest. Your diet plays a role too. Skipping meals or relying on quick carbs leads to energy crashes. Pairing proteins with complex carbs like nuts and fruit helps stabilize blood sugar. Even your posture matters. Slouching strains muscles, wasting energy. Stand up, stretch, or take short walks to reset. Lastly, chronic low-grade inflammation from untreated allergies or gut issues can silently exhaust you. A food diary might reveal triggers. Tiny tweaks here add up, because fatigue isn't always a medical mystery. Sometimes it's about fine-tuning the everyday. Let's talk about how to spot what's really behind your tiredness, because the clues are often in your daily routine. Start by keeping a simple log for a week or two. No fancy journals, just quick notes. Jot down when you feel most drained mornings, after meals, late afternoons. Notice what helps, even slightly. Does a short walk perk you up? Does drinking water ease the fog? Pay attention to sleep, too. Do you wake up often? Feel unrested even after hours in bed? And don't overlook meals. Do you crash after a big plate of pasta or feel steadier with some protein? Even small observations matter. Maybe your energy dips after certain medications or brightens on days you see friends. These aren't diagnoses, just patterns. When you visit your doctor, bring these notes. Say, I noticed I'm often exhausted by 3 p.m., but a 10-minute walk helps, or I sleep 8 hours but still wake up tired. That's valuable information for your next checkup. Because while tiredness might feel like the new normal, it's often your body asking for a little attention, and the solutions can be simpler than you think. Now, let's talk about when fatigue isn't just an inconvenience. It's a signal to seek care promptly. If your tiredness comes with chest pain or pressure, especially if it feels heavy or radiates to your arm or jaw, don't dismiss it. That's your heart asking for attention. The same goes for breathlessness that isn't tied to exertion, like struggling to catch your breath while sitting or after minor activity. Unexplained weight loss, say, dropping 10 pounds without trying paired with exhaustion can also be a red flag. As can sudden, severe fatigue that feels unlike your usual tiredness. These aren't just getting older moments. They're your body's way of saying something needs checking. And here's the important part. You don't have to figure it out alone. Your doctor can help connect the dots. Maybe it's a simple fix, like adjusting a medication, or perhaps it's something that needs closer monitoring. Either way, acting quickly matters. Think of it like this. If your car's warning light flashed, you wouldn't ignore it for months. Your body deserves that same care. So if any of these signs feel familiar, pick up the phone and schedule that visit. It's not overreacting. It's taking the smartest step toward feeling like yourself again. You know that heavy, dragging feeling like you're moving through molasses every afternoon or waking up just as tired as when you went to bed? So many of my patients tell me they've been told, "Oh, that's just part of getting older." But here's what I want you to hear loud and clear. While some slowing down is normal, constant exhaustion usually isn't. For most people, it's a signpost, not a life sentence. And the beautiful truth? Small, steady changes paired with a simple checkup can often bring back that missing spark. Start by noticing the patterns. Does a short walk leave you winded? Do you perk up after a protein-rich meal? Those clues matter. Maybe it's tweaking your bedtime routine, adding an extra glass of water, or asking your doctor to check your vitamin levels. Progress won't happen overnight, but step by step, you'll rebuild stamina. And if fatigue comes with chest pain, sudden weight loss, or breathlessness, that's your cue to seek care right away, no waiting. Here's the most important part. You don't have to figure this out alone. Your doctor can help connect the dots. So if any of these signs feel familiar, pick up the phone and schedule that visit. It's not overreacting. It's taking the smartest step toward feeling like yourself again. Because you deserve more than just getting by. You deserve to